Welcome back to my beautiful beaded journey. I am Willow, and look, we have 4 left out of all the ones we've made for my new store. This is what we have left, and I think I am going to begin with this beauty. It has different chipstones in it, for one for each of the 7 chakras, plus a copper coral which help conducts energy. It's encased in organite. So I think this is the one I want to do. And I think we're going to pick some beautiful crystals. So I think, let's see. I do see the blue in there. I want to see what I got out here as far as gemstone crystals. Because anything is going to go with that since it's in a green. I think I want to go with this one. I think that is going to chime in. So I'm going to get 2 of those. These are ruby and zoisite. I think I do. I want to work with 2 of those. And then, see what else we have. I don't want these crystals to go all over the place. Could you imagine a mess? Now this has the blue and the green in it, which I am thinking of because this does have a blue and it does have the green. So I'm thinking of the blue and green, or maybe this baby blue to go with it. The baby blue or the blue and green. I think I might want to go with the blue and green. But now I'm going to have to add some that are not gemstone, but that's okay. I think I'm going to add, what about a red in here? No, that is just too, I don't want to outdo, yeah, that I don't want. So let's see. I like this red. I just think, no, it's just a little too much. But look at these. I think these would be more down to earth. I do want to use those natural stones in it, but I do like these kind of orangey ones. Or what about these yellow ones? I think that might work more. Just wish this was a bigger one, but it's not. So see what else. I have to be careful over here. I don't want to knock these crystals all over the place. What about this? Look at this big one. See how that kind of like goes with it. I just don't see this. No, but I think the green with the yellow might. I don't have orange. Although I think those might fit better than the yellow. But I want the natural stone. This is the natural stone. See my dilemma? What about tiger's eye? Let's see. Let's see. So these are tiger's eye. Which would go with this? Kind of like, since it's got something like a tiger's eye in it already. So what if we put this big one in the middle. And we put a tiger's eye on each end, like such. This is what always stumps me. Let's see what's in here. Don't want to put a real big sparkly in there. I just don't think. A minute. Oh, that's a big sparkly. What about that one right there? And then no, I went to green. Take that out. I went to tiger's eye. Tiger's eye. Then the green and blue. This kind of like goes with. Need two bigger ones there. Wait, no, same color. That I don't want to do. Wonder if I'm going to have to pause and run in and find something that will work with this. I'm sure I got all kinds of options still yet in the house. But not this, no. I like these blue. I like the tiger's eye. Yeah, I really like the tiger's eye. I want to keep them in the mist. Take these off because of the pink. They're not going to work. What about this blue one here? That blue one works. I'm going to pause. I'm going to run in. I know I got some crystals that can work with this. I will be right back. I am back and thank you for waiting. So I went in and got my jade. And I'm sure there is some things here we can work with. Most of all, look at this green. And this red is not too brassy. But we'll see. Let's set them aside. So, I do like this green. And I'm wondering what we can put with this. These reds are not brassy. And neither are these yellows. So, yeah. I think that's a good combination right there. It kind of like brings the chakras into it, but I don't have to put all the chakras. The two that would be remaining, see, I don't have orange, so that's fine. I think these, we're gonna, yeah, let's try these. So let me put this aside. I've got to be careful, make sure that closes. There you go. That's what we're going with. So I'm going to just scooch all these over. I'll put them away in a moment. But these are the ones that we're going to go with. Now, do I have a long enough is one of these going to be long enough? I know I'll need this for the stem. Same size. Okay. So I don't believe I have got so many. I'm not kidding you, my friends. I have really got so many of these stacked up out here that I am afraid of throwing them into the ground if I'm not careful. Okay, I need this one. And I think I want to use these, but then I have a couple of these left. So I don't know what I'm going to be able to use here. It's going to be trial and error. So if we go with the yellow and a red, then it's this one, and then it's the green. See, we're already halfway there. And this is not going to work. But I want this to work. Okay, how about if I don't do that? Pause it for a minute. I got an idea. Thank you for waiting on me. So instead, I went and got some wire. Okay, and I'm going to try something. Let's close that. We'll see. Good enough. I think. We'll find out. How'd that happen? That sucks. Okay, pretty good. Now I said, okay, this one, and a sprocket, and a red, and a bead cap, and a green, and the bead cap, red, sprocket, and yellow. I think that's the winning combination. I do. So, a little bit too long. Okay, perfect. And that is what we're going with. What do you think of that? I'm amazed, really. The way we figure things out on the fly is amazing. It's absolutely wonderful. I've got tools everywhere. I've got, I think I'll take a picture of all this and put it on my update what's coming up here. Side. Here. Right about matches, don't it? That's just pretty. Puts you in mind of a, I don't know, around the holidays. Bright colors, pretty colors. Oops, wrong chain. That was going to have the longest chain for pendulum in history. Yep. We're moving right along with this one now. We have a total of 4 to do. If you're sticking with me on my videos, thank you. The journey is always sweeter when there's someone to share it with. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be fun. That wasn't bad at all, actually. That is crazy beautiful. We did that. Yes, we did. Okay, so let's go get a green, a red, and a yellow. So here's our green. Oh, this is so heavy. Our yellow, no, our red and our yellow. This is getting set down here because there's no way I want. That is what's left of my jades. That right there is what's left. And I can't wait to go back and get more. Now I did get one. Okay. So it's this, then the red, nope, the green. Then we'll put a sprocket. Then we'll put the red. This. Then we'll put another sprocket. Then we'll put the yellow. Okay. Get the chompers over here. Yep. got to pick out a charm, which I will do at the end, and we can pick them all out at once. Oh, no, 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 you get right back up here. Perfect. So there we go. Now we're going to get all 4 of these done. I don't know. But here is this one. The onyx. We have this one. And this chain is crappy. This is a crappy chain. This is. Which one we want to do next? This one or the onyx? The onyx. Well, if we're going to do the onyx, then why I've got them out here, I'm going to use them. So I'm going to use this for that clear. I'm going to use this for that blue. So I need 2 of each. And then for this onyx, I'm going to use those. I got them out here. I'm using them. And then I'm going to use the 2 of these for that rose quartz, and then I need 1. And then for that, I'm going to use and then I have some smoky. That's what I'm using. Now, since this one is just a tad bit bigger, I am going to add 2 and 1. And then I don't have any more than others, but I'm going to add those for here. But for there, I am going to add, when I come to them, I'll get those. Right now, let's do this black one. So let's put on the smoky. And I said I wanted to use these. And that's perfect for that. Let's clip it off. The chompers, that's what I call them. Okay, and then we need a handlebar for that one, which is this and this. There we go. Now, this one. First, and I want to put on, I wanted a couple of these little clear. Do I want little sprocket? Perfect. We are moving forward. There we go. Why did I do that? I need it. Yeah, I'll add it for chain. That one's ready. Let's move on to this one. Got those there. Perfect. I have enough room to put on a couple of them clear ones. Good. Now I should have enough on this little one and turn it. Perfect. Let's turn it. I'm still got a little bit of that off. Right there. Okay. Alrighty. No, Ty, no. They're arguing. That's family. You stay out of it. That's their business, not ours. We are not getting involved in that, young man. Not in any way. My dog always thinks he needs to get into everyone else's business, and he don't. Okay, this is too small. Had one laying there, didn't even see it. What the? Slow down, Willow. Slow down. But I do want one there too. Now that I've seen it. Did it go on? Get a couple. cut this. And turn. The heck? Okay, there we go. Let's get these chains made. Which one's got a chain? I need, you've got one. 1, 2, 3 chains. There's 1. 2. And 3. Damn. Okay, let's go. I don't know what the heck that was. Okay. This, I set over there for a second. I don't argue with my neighbors. I don't fight with my neighbors. So whatever's going on over there between them fighting, they can keep it there. We don't allow a lot of riff and drama in that around our house. We will just ask you to leave. Wow, that was not going to break. I gotta set that down. Perfect. What is that? Oh, look what I did. Well, I'm leaving it like that. I don't normally do it that way. No, I don't. And I'm not going to now because it's not giving it that freedom to... That's the reason why I don't do it that way. You don't give it the freedom to move. Just get another jumper. So I want to take this and I want to add it to this. Perfect. Now we can add this. Just need another jumper, not that one. Messing up here, aren't I? Sun's coming over on my side. You can probably see it coming through here. Not much I can do about that. I am going to go ahead and just finish up this video as quickly as I can. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Okay, attach the bottom. And this will be ready for a charm. Might hear some kids in the background. It's a couple streets over actually. Okay, there we go. We have this one now. Beautiful. I love this. I want to make sure this is nice and straight. I just love this. Okay, it's ready for its charm. Now this one. We have the pieces here. Okay. Little bit of chain. Good. I'm trying to get through this as quickly as I can. Sun's starting to set on me. It's putting the jumpers through. You know what goes here. Here it is. This is absolutely gorgeous. All of these are. Do I ever get tempted to keep them? Yes, I do, but that's not the purpose. There has been a couple, Now, my rose quartz, which I absolutely love, that came to me by way of mishap. I had made it and it was gorgeous, and actually, someone had wanted it. But here's what happened: it took a tumble off of the tree and it hit the counter and it shattered. It broke right in half along the fault line while she was trying to take it off the tree. She had seen on my Facebook page I had made it. Now, this has been a couple years ago. She had seen on my Facebook page I had made it, and because I had put pictures of new pendulums coming into the shop, she says, I really want that rose quartz. I said, well, it'll be in the shop Saturday. So I held it back for her that weekend, and she never came. So the following weekend, I put it out. Just had hung it out that Saturday morning. When she came in, she was all apologetic and everything. And I said, well, I didn't know what your intentions were, and I haven't heard from you. So I put it on the tree. She went over to get it, and just as she went to take it off, she caught the charm. It flew out of her hand. It hit the table, and it snapped in half. She was like, oh my God. And she just looked at it, and she looked at me, and I was heartbroken because it was a beautiful pendulum. And she was, I'll pay for it. And I said, no, you won't. Is there another one you would like? And she looked around, and she goes, yeah. She goes, I like this rose quartz. I said, well, take that one. She says, well, let me pay you the price of the other. And I said, no, that's okay. Accidents happen. And I do believe that. I do believe accidents happen. So I took it, and I took it in the back, and it was sitting there on my tarot table, and I was just getting ready to pitch it when it was like, don't throw me away. And I looked at it, and I seen the break, and the break was just right on the fault. It was clear as it could be. So I reached over, and I took some, I got my jewelry kit out, and I took some, not E6000, but for emergency repairs, I took some super glue. Yes, super glue. And I put a little drop on it, and I put it back together. I said, well, if you're meant to be for me, you'll hold. If not, I tried. I tried to give you that second life. And I set it over on the side table, and I went ahead, and I had readings and everything going on that day, and it sat there, and everyone kept saying, that is such a beautiful rose quartz. And I said, yeah, but unfortunately it got broken, and I'm trying to glue it to see if I can give it a second life. And the first thing someone asks is, well, you're not going to sell it like that, are you? No, I'm not going to sell it like that. If it can be mended, it will become a personal pendulum for myself, or I will gift it to somebody. Not going to sell it like that. And lo and behold, it held. It turned out, it was gorgeous. And I was playing around with it, kept playing around with it. The more I played around with it, and the way that it responded, I decided, you know what, this is mine. I asked it, I said, can I keep you? And it happily agreed. If you don't believe in this, I know it sounds like a bunch of monarchy, but that's okay. That's okay. No harm. And it just went off saying, yes, please, yes, is what I felt. And so I did. I kept it. And I asked it, was it okay if I kept it at my shop and used it as my shop pendulum? So when I do tarot readings and people want just to, has a little bit more extra questions, I could use the pendulum after the tarot reading if someone's got more questions. And again, it said yes. So I named it Rosemary, after that song, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. So I named it Rosemary. And it sits on my tarot table, and I read with it when people ask, and it's always responded. And again, I told it, I told it, and I don't care what anyone thinks, but I did. I told it. I said, you know, I was broken. I was broken. I didn't think I mattered. I didn't think I was lovable, because that's what I was fed, and that's what I started believing. And I was broken and unwanted and unloved, and I no longer had a purpose, since my kids were all grown and I couldn't have any more children, you know, and because I was getting older, and you know, and that's what I was told, and I believed it. I honestly believed it until I decided to empower myself and walk away. 26 years I walked away, and then a year on my own to see if I can make it on my own, and I did. And I noticed that then I met my current husband, but I was so, you know, how they say, once bitten, twice shy. I was so, yeah. I told him, I said, I have a trust problem. I'm going to tell you that now. And you know what he said? Okay, we'll work through it. And now it's 14 years later. And we worked through it. But the PTSD is still there. The feeling of not being good enough comes. The feeling of not being lovable comes. The feeling of not having a purpose at times comes. Broken and shattered. That's how I felt. Broken and shattered. And life was good. It was good. And I'd done many different things, you know, and it was like, you feel it, but you don't show it. It's kind of like, you know, that commercial where they're holding the paper plate up in front of their face with the mask on, and it's like they're behind it, and it's just the mask that they put forward. Well, that's kind of like how that felt to me. And this is 14 years later, until I walked into a flea market and sitting on a table with some open window boxes of Jesse James beads, open and used. And I took those, and here they were, used. Someone used all they wanted to use out of each one, and they were discarded. And now here they are on this table, all of them for 50 cents. And I bought them. And I came home, and I had some jewelry tools and supplies and stuff from where, you know, I told you I make pendulums and stuff like that. So I bought them, and I sat down, and I thought, well, I want to challenge myself to see what I can make out of them. And I did. And they were beautiful. From those shattered little oddman pieces, I created a few beautiful pieces of jewelry. And I believe they was beautiful. And then, let me rephrase that. I thought they were beautiful. And then I come to know that they were beautiful. Didn't I make another piece to this black one? It's on there. I need a charm. Because people says, where'd you get your earrings and necklace? I made them. And they said, those are beautiful. And I said, actually, I made them out of scattered, leftover, discarded beads that no one wanted. And they said, well, that's beautiful. That just goes to show you. And I was like, yeah, it just goes to show you. So then I believed that they were really beautiful. And then that got me to thinking about how I was scattered and broken. And through the love of this man who saw more in me, he helped me to see me differently and helped me to start to heal. But I still had some healing to go. And that's what I'm doing. I want a lotus for that white one. And I want a lotus for the rose quartz. For that black one, I want a dragon. And for the chakra one, I'm going to put another lotus. So maybe not a lotus on the rose quartz. Maybe I will put an angel on the white one instead. So let's see what we're going to come up with here. We have the jumpers. If the sun is blocking this out on you, I humbly apologize. I just really want to finish these up. I'm getting tired. I've had a busy day today. So for this one, it was a lotus. And there it is. Blessed be, that's beautiful. And then for the onyx, it's a dragon. Did that close all the way? No, it did not. Okay. Tweak, tweak. It is now, by Georgie. Just tweak it. And there it is. And then for this beautiful, oh, this is so gorgeous. We are going to put on an angel. And then for this beautiful pink, another beautiful lotus. Come on now. Come on. So, a while back I told you about the show Gordy about the pig who, that'll do pig. Oh, I just need to get another one. I don't want to fight with that one. It's bent. Yeah, that'll do pig. That'll do. Well, here's a funny thing for you. We actually, it's not, Gordy was not the one. It was called Babe. And we actually watched that last night. It was my husband's first time seeing it. And he laughed at those mice when they would say, like, crime and punishment. And the way they laughed and giggled. Oh my God, he just thought that was hilarious. So we had a very joyful evening last night watching Babe. If you haven't saw it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, treat yourself to it. It is such, it's on Prime actually, and it is such, it's a darling for the whole family. So there we go. There we go. Let's see what we have here. Let's clean up. Let's clean up. That's trash. Oh goodness. Put these away. Okay. My goodness, what a mess. Okay. Okay. So the last of the pendulums are this beautiful rose quartz with jade, clear beads, and a lotus. This beautiful onyx with a black jade, and a dragon. This beautiful argonite with the chip chakra stones with the copper coral and a lotus. And then this beautiful clear milky quartz. It's milky going into clear with the skyish bluish white and an angel. So there you go. Those are the last 4 that we made. This is my last video in this series. So if you will, please like, subscribe, notify, and comment and share. Comment which of these you would like. Comment if you use a pendulum. Comment if you have suggestions. I really just like to know what you have to say. Even if you just say hi, give me an opportunity to say hello back. With that being said, remember, no matter where you are or what you're going through, hold on. Just hold on. Tomorrow is a brand new day, a brand new beginning, a fresh start. So with that being said, thank you for joining me on my beautiful bead journey. And please, with much love and gratitude, stay forever magical and blessed be, my beautiful friends.